What's up, guys? It's Day Trade Journey here. Hope you guys are having a great week. Let's hop into it. This is week 2 of our trading, starting from basically the ground up. Next week, stay tuned for that video. That next week's video will be a little more exciting. I'm scaling up from $150, and you'll have to wait and see what that is for. Like always, stay tuned to the end of the video to see that bonus clip on Robinhood, just to see how I did. Okay, let's hop into it. So this past week wasn't the best. I didn't trade as well as I could have. The first half especially started off kind of rough, but let's hop into it. I'm looking at natural gas here. The reason I got into it was because it hopped above the blue EMA, the blue SMA lines. So I got in on you guys, and reality of this trade was that I held too long. We can see it go, you guys go up to 19.43. I bought at 19.35. I'm watching natural gas to see what it does, and it kind of peaks out here, and it holds. So basically I'm waiting for that 1% gain, right? And we're looking at you guys, and it's kind of holding at 19.43, 19.45, somewhere in there. And it's not really pushing up. Natural gas isn't really pushing up. It's not really pushing down yet. And so I was waiting for that 1% gain. I really shouldn't have. I should have understood that this was kind of a resistance that it kept on hitting. We can watch natural gas over here on the right, and it keeps on doing this where it hits that 2.83 area, and it doesn't really push above there. It doesn't really push below. But either way, the wicks kind of go above it, but the candles won't. And I should have taken that sign as a sign of a resistance. But the reality is I just didn't. And we see it push up here a little bit more, and that made me want to hold even longer. You guys was at 19.47. And I believe here's where we start to see it kind of push back down. Again, I just kind of held on to this guy for too long. I was waiting for it to push further up when it just wasn't going to happen. I think that was a common theme with all of my trades last week, was I held on kind of too long, and it ended up costing me a little bit. I still ended the week green. I was pretty proud that I was able to cut losses pretty early. But before I started losing too much. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep looking at this trade, keep seeing that the EMA and SMA pushed up to that point on the right for natural gas, and it doesn't want to push up above it. And really, I should have sold by now, but I didn't. And we can watch it just keep going, keep falling. And it fell, it pushed down below the EMA and the SMA. I took that as a sign of a reversal. I sold at 19.33, so it was only a 2-cent loss per share. Again, here we're looking at natural gas. I got in on DGAS, the inverse ETF, so it does the exact opposite of what natural gas does times 3. I got in at 88.18 per share, and I only got one share in, just because I didn't have enough for that second share. But the reason I got in, again, got pushed below that blue EMA, that white SMA, and I thought it was a perfect time for a reversal. Honestly, I was kind of trading for more of a profit than I should have been trying to get, and I sold quite early at 87.97. This was actually, I can't even take the credit for this. This was my dog kind of jumping around, and then my finger was floating above my trackpad, and I accidentally hit send on the sell order. So that was about 21 cents that I cut losses at, and it was a good thing that had happened, because natural gas ended up actually pushing back up. But yeah, no, so I was trying to go for too much of a profit, and basically where I was holding, I was trying to predict that the stock or that natural gas would go below that pink VWAP. So I would have ended up holding longer anyway. I would have ended up holding, you know, um, just to see if natural gas would push below that middle VWAP, that pink VWAP on the right. Um, because basically, like I said, because I only got one share of DGAS in, I really wanted to hold and make more money off that one share than I could have. That was basically just me being greedy, and it's a good thing that my dog cut losses for me. But yeah, so I just that's kind of a lesson to learn, is not to be greedy, kind of to cut losses early, and just kind of take what I can get. So like if I'm ahead, I should quit ahead, uh, before I end up losing money, which I probably would not have done if I were in that trade. And I would have ended up, I mean, right now DGAS is at 87.76, still pushing down, natural gas still pushing up, so I definitely would have been in a different situation trading that if I were still in it. I might have even held on even longer to wait to see if natural gas pushes above that white SMA line. We'll see what that does, though, if it does push up against that or if it uses it as a resistance. Because if it pushes up against that, then it'll be a support. It'll be then kind of pushing up quite a bit more. We do see DGAS here at 87.88. Yeah, pushing down still. But let's hop into Friday. Friday's kind of where I made things up here. Since I was able to cut losses so early on Monday and Wednesday, Friday was kind of an easy trade. I got in on DGAS again, only one share. This time I understood that I had to hold on, and I couldn't, go for more than what I could get. Excuse me. So I got in on this trade because it pushed below the white SMA, below the blue EMA, and below the pink middle VWAP. And as you guys know, that's kind of my favorite thing to trade, is when the stock, or when natural gas or crude oil, whatever it is that I'm trading, when it pushes above or below that middle VWAP, when it's testing that as either support or resistance. I really love trading those just because it's easiest for me to see kind of if it's going to break out or if it's going to get rejected. So I got in on DGAS at 95.49. That was kind of when natural gas pushed below that middle VWAP. And the reason I keep on holding on, even though it pushed back above the VWAP, back above the EMA, and almost back above that SMA line, is because I kind of know what happens when it tests that middle VWAP once. When it tests it once and goes below it once, or breaks that middle VWAP once, generally what it'll do is it'll flatten back out, and it'll go back up to where it was, and then it'll push back below or above it again. And that's just kind of why I love trading these patterns, is because they're kind of not volatile, but they're less consolidation, more movement, and that's kind of just what I like to trade. And here we're seeing DGAS still kind of down from where I bought it, 95.32, and I bought it at 95.49. And we're seeing natural gas now kind of approach 3 resistances, and it begins to move here. But if you're enjoying this video, please definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more, just so you can come back next week and you can see me scale up, because I'm definitely scaling up next week. Not on Monday, but on Wednesday I should be up to the new number that I will be trading with, which will be a lot of fun. I hope you guys stick around for that. I hope you guys stick around for this whole journey, trading from 150 and moving on up in the world. And yeah, definitely comment down below what your thoughts are of this video and these types of videos. just so I can work on it. Give me some constructive criticism. And definitely tell your friends about this too. But yeah, no, so, yep, we see natural gas push down here. D-gas I sold at 96.29. Definitely a lot of fun here. That was a great trade. That put me back above those losses. And I ended the week at 151.63. That was above the losses that I had taken on Monday and Wednesday. And well, let's hop into Robinhood. We can just see real quick. These were good trades. The Monday again, not very great. Or Tuesday, sorry. Tuesday, not very great. But the other two, very good. Almost a 2% gain on both of them total. But yeah, have a great day, guys. See ya.